Welcome to BizDev Live. My name is Cameron Toth. I come to you live every day at 11 a.m. Eastern to offer great advice to entrepreneurs and business owners. I'm excited to talk to you today. Get ready. This is another episode of BizDev Live. And today I'm talking about how many people you serve. I've been reading The Go-Giver by Bob Burg. On Monday, June 21st, me and Steve Spiro are going to have Bob Burg on the Master Connection Series show. We have a great community there. Come and check it out. You can network in the comments. But I've been reading this book, getting prepared for this. I hadn't read it before, and I'm so happy that I'm pushed to read through it because I've just gotten through the first couple of chapters only, and it's a short book. And I'm really loving it. I love the direction that it's taken my brain. The second law in the book. The first one's providing value, giving more than you're necessarily charging for, which I think is something that I've been pretty familiar with. The idea that you want to give and make sure that you are providing value and giving more. And an example that the gentleman uses in the book is that, for a client that's deciding to go another way, referring them, and I talked about referrals yesterday, right? So if you haven't seen that show, talking about referrals, referring that client to somebody that could potentially help them, save them some legwork, offer a great recommendation, and that's a competitor. It's a competitor, somebody that isn't necessarily somebody that you necessarily want to help out because it might mean less for you and less for you, right? Zero sum kind of mentality. But the idea there is, it's an abundant world, and what you give kind of comes back to you. And so the idea that, I can recommend somebody else in my field if our relationship doesn't work out, maybe it'll be a better fit, and I'm serving people and helping people. And that I think really does come back to you. So stratospheric success, right? If you want to get there. The second law talks about your revenue is tied to how many people you serve and how well you serve them. And the idea that in your business, hey, Maria checking in, Maria Zala. The idea that in your business, if you serve one person, you serve 5 people, serve 10 people. I had this conversation when I started my business. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it. But I want to know, do you feel your revenue is tied to how many people you serve? That's what we're talking about today. I'll be right back after the Biz Dev theme.
Biz Dev Live, Biz Dev Live. Weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Live. Biz Dev Live, Biz Dev Live. Weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Leadership and motivation. Empathy and inspiration. Biz Dev Live. Biz Dev Live. Business development, not even selling it. Biz D with C. Brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C. Brought to you by Cameron T. This is business development, not even selling it. This is business development, not even selling it. Biz Dev Live. Biz Dev Live. This is business development, not even selling it.
All right, so let me know where you're viewing from. So happy to have you watching today's program. So how do you build more revenue? Now, I had this conversation with myself when I started my business. Never read The Go-Giver, but I was thinking to myself, because I was in hospitality, or I was doing hospitality. I'd been laid off in 2009, and here I was 2010, 2011. I was dealing with some challenges with my wife, being in Mexico, not being able to come into the country. And I was thinking about starting a business. And hey, John, thanks for checking in. First time commenting on the program. Glad to see you here. Thanks for being here. Let me know if you are having thoughts around this whole idea of how many people do I serve? Can I serve more people and bring in more revenue, right? So I was having this conversation with myself in 2011 when I started up Toth Event Staffing. The final decision was like, I could go out and I can I can work 40 hours, 60 hours serving people, and in the very literal sense of serving people as a waiter, as a bartender, as a captain. Uh, but then my revenue is tied directly to the number of hours that I can work. And that didn't sound like a lot of fun. I think for almost all of us, we've been there. We've worked some job where we were tied to the job. You had to be there to earn. For anybody that's really given thought to finance and the idea that your money working for you, your investments working for you. If you're not making money while you're sleeping, then you're not really making money because your money is really tied to your output. Your physical labor, your hours on thinking through an account, all those kind of things, right? So the big idea for me when I opened up Toth Event Staffing in 2011 was, well, if I build a team and I'm billing out for their hours, I can have a whole bunch of people working and I make a little bit of money each time they go out and work a job, but I don't have to work 40, 60, 80, 120 hours myself to earn that revenue that I want to make, be able to retire one day and all those kind of things. So that's really how Toth Event Staffing came to become in existence. Now, when I started up, I was operating as a DBA. I didn't set myself up for success in all the right ways, but I think I got that part right. And 10 years later, I still have a business even after the pandemic because that was a key point. Not only is it a good way to bring in revenue, but it's also something that I ended up being pretty good at, building a culture, interviewing people, building that team. I still struggle in aspects of doing the back office and teaching the things that I know from the sales side because I've never considered myself a particularly great salesperson. And that's a negative kind of feedback loop that's in my brain. And I've had to work, and now I'm just getting to the place where I can say, hey, I do sales pretty good. I've been doing it for 10 years and able to sell six-figure amount of business, working from home, seeing my family, taking care of things. So getting comfortable with that, getting that positive energy is a big deal. But reading this book, I'm looking at it a different way. It's like, I'm passionate about certain things. If I want to earn more revenue, I will need to serve more people. And how do I do that? Now, I've started this through this process of BizDev Live. I'm serving a lot of people. I don't earn revenue through BizDev Live, full disclosure. But the idea there is that I'm serving more people. And so can you serve people in a way that's going to bring in income and increase the amount of people that you serve? It's a great thought process. Are you thinking through this? If you're watching this program now, are you thinking through this? Let me know. Are you thinking about ways that you can serve more people on scale? Are you thinking about taking the work that you do right now and building a team? That's the way that I've done it through Toth Event Staffing. But now I have this challenge. I got some other passions, BizDev Live. I want to do stuff on the education front. I'm very passionate about college and career preparation. So how can I serve more people? How can I build that team so that I can serve more people? And so your work versus building a team, that's going to be something that you're going to want to think about in this discussion. These are pieces of my experience. I'm still getting my head around it, but and I look forward to talking to Bob Burg about it on Monday. Holding your knowledge versus distributing your knowledge. Now, we know in a manager sense, if you're a manager within a company, your own company or somebody else's company, a manager that holds on to all their information for fear that if they give their secrets away, then it's a zero-sum game. If somebody learns something, they're going to take it away, and then there's not going to be any reason for that manager to be there. This is something that I would really encourage you not to think about. Instead of holding on to your knowledge, distribute your knowledge. That is a great way to serve more people, and that, I think, will be guaranteed to come back to you. And then building the systems and processes. I've talked about this a lot on this show. The E-Myth by Michael E. Gruber. I was talking about it again in a one-on-one this morning with Marcy Fortnow, who does facilitation, does some great work using Legos to inspire people and get them thinking with their creative brain. But the idea that you build systems and processes so that you can get the information out of your own head, do the right learning so that you can scale and serve more people. That's the idea there. So I'd love to hear from you. Please, your comments are always fun. I love having these discussions. I learn as much as I teach with this stuff. How can you serve more people? With Toth Event Staffing, I think one of the ways that I need to serve more people is building a stronger management team that can do what I can do on the hiring front, that can do what I can do on the sales front, that can do what I can do in terms of management, and then learning some more of the disciplines around finance and accounting so that I'm a little bit more comfortable, so that I can get those pieces in place so that I can feel comfortable scaling the business. Because sometimes the thing that we're most afraid of is success. And it's really interesting that that's a piece of the book. In the book, Joe talks with Pindar, this woman who is the CEO, and she talks about one of her biggest challenges was not sabotaging her own success, because she was feeling like you can be good or you can be financially successful, but you can't be both. And so she had some of that negative thinking around in her brain. And so she had to get over that. And so to truly be able to scale and succeed, she had to really let go of that negative thinking around being successful and building a business that was bringing in revenue that could support the whole fabric, the whole team, the whole idea, the whole vision. Are you having some of these struggles too? Let me know. I really appreciate you watching the program. I will be back on Monday. We have Amberly Lago. I got to get the promotion stuff up for that. So I'm excited. Amberly Lago on Monday. Tune in for that. And I will be with you Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. I will see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Looks like sunshine and rainbows over here. I look forward to checking you out. Bye.
Biz Dev Live, Biz Dev Live. Weekdays at 11 Eastern Time, live. Biz Dev Live, Biz Dev Live. Weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration, Biz Dev Live, Biz Dev Live. Business development, not even selling it. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. This is business development, not even selling it. This is business development, not even selling it. Biz Dev Live, Biz Dev Live. This is business development, not